so happy to have Mijune Pak with me today. For those of you that don't know, she's a resident judge on Top Chef Canada. She's also been a guest judge on Iron Chef Canada. A lot of us know her, since the Follow Me Foodie days. So I'm sure a lot of you are following her on Instagram already. But yeah, today we're just catching up with Mijune and seeing what she's up to while we're in isolation here. So I thought we'd have a fun chat today. So hi, Mijune. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for the lovely introduction. I'm so excited to be on here.
For sure. So tell us, what have you been up to? I know you're always busy, and hard to get you on a call. So I really appreciate you taking the time today.
I feel so bad. Chris and I have been trying to do these calls, and I think like 2 or 3 times I've either forgotten or scheduled wrong or just like it's been crazy. Surprisingly, during a time like this when our industry is really slow, being hospitality, restaurant industry, travel, all of that stuff, means it's a trickle-down effect. So my work ended up being really slow. When restaurants started voluntarily closing, I kind of had to take a hard pivot with the work that I do because I wasn't allowed to go to restaurants anymore. I wasn't allowed to travel anymore. So I started a series that was called At Home with Me June. So it's an Instagram live series. I usually air it every Thursday and Sunday. We go live at 6 p.m. And yeah, I invite different chefs from Vancouver, from around the world to join me for a half-hour episode. We demo a recipe from the kitchen. We play games. We shoot the shit. It's just super fun, super casual. And it's kind of a nice way to invite you guys into our homes and to keep you at home because we're all trying to be really safe right now. And keeping you entertained. So that's what I'm currently up to right now, as well as Top Chef Season 8 is airing. So we're on episode 3 this coming Monday. I don't know when this is going to be airing. Hopefully you guys will catch it. It's at 7 p.m. Pacific time and 10 p.m. Eastern time on Food Network.
She's like the best part of Top Chef Canada, right?
Oh, you're so sweet. I wish I was the best part of Top Chef Canada, but I could not do it without all the amazing chefs and judges and it's an amazing show. I'm really, really honored to be part of it.
So how many seasons has it been now? 3?
It's the season number 8 for Top Chef Canada, but my season number 4 with the show. So I joined season 5. Mm-hmm. Oh no, my third. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8. My 4th year with the show. Yeah, which is kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts. Time goes by so quickly when you're having so much fun.
And how's the production schedule on that? Like, is it all pre-filmed and then they air the entire season, or is it kind of in progress during the season while it's airing?
We pre-film, which thank goodness, because if we were actually meant to be filming now, we'd be in so much trouble.
For sure.
So we actually filmed last October, November 2019. So we take pretty much 3 weeks or so to film 8 episodes for you guys. Mm-hmm. So it's really intense work days. I work every other day. Mm-hmm. And so I wake up at probably 5 a.m. or so, and then our days can finish 8, 9, 10 p.m. So it's really long. You're looking at like 14 to 17-hour days.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to jump back to your Instagram live for a second there. Sure. I caught a bit of yesterday, so Betty with Boku. Those cookies look amazing.
Oh my gosh, I feel them still. They're still in my tummy. I ate so many.
And I was laughing my ass off. Like, you have to get on the counter to play the game.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I am like I'm pretty competitive.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty intense, like my personality type.
You don't say.
Can you tell without even, you know what I mean?
Maybe just a little bit.
Is there? Yeah, it's really, yeah. So I have that personality type. So every single chef that I invite on, I try to curate a new game. And so I curate a game either according to their personality or just something that I think is for fun. And so Betty and we played Read My Lips. So I literally had to I got her to put in headphones and I would say the word like pain au chocolat or like creme brulee. And she would have to guess just by reading my lips what I was saying. So like I get super intense. So then it was my turn and I had to guess and I was like, I got to read your lips. And I jump on the countertop and I'm like this close to the screen. Like I need to see what you're saying because I need to win the game. It's like I can't help it when I play games like this. Like I really, really like to win.
I think I was laughing more about that than anything, but trying to mouth the words
so
peanut butter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Peanut butter cookie. That was a really hard one to guess.
but definitely, you know, everyone should check it out. Eventually you're gonna get all that posted, right? Even the previous
Yeah, right
episodes.
now, for sure. Right now, if you've missed any of the episodes, I have highlights from all the episodes in
Oh,
my Instagram highlight reel that
perfect.
says at home with me and then at home with me too. And so you can go through those to see some of the chefs. And then eventually I'm going to have them uploaded on IGTV. IG is not that compatible with me right now and downloading the whole segment, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out my way around it so I can post on IGTV for you guys. But right now you can catch the highlights on my highlight reel on Instagram.
And you have a couple of Instagram accounts. So that one is on at Follow Me Foodie, right?
That one's on at
Or
Mijune
on
Pak.
Mijune Pak.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Follow Me Foodie is another account. So I have two accounts, but Mijune Pak is my primary and the one I use most often.
Awesome. So I'm just gonna rewind a little bit now. What was your reaction when you found out that you were going to be on Top Chef Canada?
Um, Tears, to be honest.
Yeah.
Disbelief, tears, disbelief and relief.
Mhm.
Um, it was, I can't even explain to you the feeling. It was very emotional for me. At that time, I had started Follow Me Foodie 7 years ago. Um, and it's when you're an entrepreneur, I mean, it's hard to say that word, but I mean, it is what it is. There's lots of ups and downs.
Mhm.
And you have to kind of like, ride the lows, ride the high, you kind of do your best in all circumstances. And being on Top Chef Canada was just, and getting that call that I was casted or that they wanted me to do it was just, you feel like your hard work had paid off and that someone was actually noticing.
Mhm.
Not that people locally weren't noticing, but you just felt like that you reached kind of a different level in the game
Mhm.
or in career wise, and it just kind of confirmed or validated that you were doing the right thing.
For sure. And when you take on new projects and stuff, like, are you the type of person that will have tons of butterflies in your stomach, or you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to do it?
It's a mix. I think when I started the Instagram Live, I had not used Instagram Live very much at all, maybe like twice in my life.
Hmm.
And so my first episode, I was like so scared because when you're going live, there's a small margin for error.
For sure.
You can't afford to make too many mistakes. So I was scared for technical difficulties, not knowing how to add people, missing steps in recipes, like all of that stuff. Now that I'm used to it, I'm just like, all right, let's do it. Like stuff like this, I really love too. When it's just like throw me in, I love kind of like the adrenaline. I love the rush. I love the energy. Anything that I'm comfortable with, I totally don't mind jumping in. If
Hmm.
it's something like that I need to like rehearse or like study before I get into it, then I get butterflies. But something like this, like I love it. I love this so much. I just wish it could like continue forever.
Awesome. Sounds good. One question I had for you was origin of your name, Mijune.
Okay, so this is a long one. So,
That's
okay, if
okay.
you
First,
look,
first of all, does it have anything to do with your birth month
no.
in June?
Oh, wait, yes. Oh
It
my gosh,
does.
I can't believe you guessed that. Okay.
Oh wow.
So if you look at my passport and my driver's license and all my legal papers, my name is actually not Me June.
Ah.
It's actually Michelle June. So
Ah.
what happened? It's kind of a long story. I'll give you like the longer version, I guess, since we're here anyways, and you can edit me. But so my sister is 4.5 years older, and then when they found out she's having a baby sister, they're like, "Oh, you can help us name her." And my sister was like, "I like the name Michelle." And
Mhm.
my parents were like, "Okay, but we have another Michelle in the family, your cousin. So let's like drop one of the L's and we'll add the month of her birthday, which is going to be June. So we'll call her Michelle June."
Ah.
And so they're like, "Okay." So they registered under Michelle June. And then my dad was like, "Well, no, we should have just done your mom's name, which is Mimi, and then the month of her birthday, which is June, and just called her Me June."
Mm,
And they're like, "Well, we registered already. It's already under Michelle June, but let's just start calling her Me June then."
mm.
And so that's where it comes from. And Michelle June ends up shortening to Me June anyway. So they didn't bother to do the paperwork and change it. But the funny thing is that my sister's name is Me John
Right.
because my dad's name is John. So they took half my mom's name and my dad's name. So Me John is my sister and Me June is me for like the month of June. It's kind of like the whole Brad Julina and like,
Ah,
Tomcat and stuff like that. So
gotcha.
my parents were like way ahead of that curve, way ahead of that trend. Yeah.
Well, I always joke that if we name my firstborn, you know, a combination of my name and my wife's name, her name
Yeah.
would be China.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh, you're so right.
She
That
would
is
be
so
China.
cute though. And honestly, your daughters are like the cutest thing ever.
Oh
I
god.
like look
Sometimes.
forward to the videos that you guys post. It's hilarious.
Sometimes.
No, I
Right
was
now
just
they're
like,
home
oh
like
my God.
100%, so it's definitely not 100% cuteness.
But like your daughter, like I think it's the older one. Like one of your daughters is like super sassy.
Yeah, well, they're both sad.
Super sassy. Yeah. And I was just like, that's like she's like my what do you call that? Like she's my spirit animal.
Mm,
Totally.
that's what you were like when you were younger.
I
Actually,
think so.
on
That's
that
what, like,
note,
well, that's like what I'm like when I'm older. So I'm telling you what you're about to get,
oh,
and
yeah.
like, this is what you're gonna have to handle.
Well, that's not so bad. That's not so bad.
Oh, thank you, thank
How were
you.
you like? Hey, what were you like in high school then? Were you
In
like
high
quiet or were
school,
you out there all the time?
in high school, it's so funny. I think I was actually a little bit more shy, surprisingly. Definitely the outgoingness, the extrovertness, the all of that stuff came probably like grade 11, 12, like 10, 11, 12, and maybe after that. But a little bit more shy. I was still like really into I mean, I still loved the arts. Um you know, I would definitely say my friends would still say like the core of you is the same, like still like energetic and stuff like that. But in terms of like the personality of being like way more social, outgoing, I was social, but not to the same degree that I am now, because I think um, the social aspect is actually part of a job now. It's part of what I do and who I am. Yeah.
That's just you getting out there all the time.
Yes, definitely.
Especially when you started following me foodie, right? Like you had to keep
Yeah.
track of a lot of people, a lot of new people.
For sure. And I had to meet the industry. I had to learn. I had to ask questions. I had to get myself out there. And I still do that now. And I love it. I love meeting the people who support me and being able to support the industry back.
Hmm. Okay, next question. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh my gosh. I have so many. I have so many pet peeves. Like, where do I start? Does it have to be food related or can it be
No,
anything?
no, not at all.
Okay. Can I just start listing stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I hate when people chew with their mouth open and they go like, and that sound like,
The snapping sound.
I really like, oh, I hate it. I just want to like leave. I cannot stand it. I can't stand it when people like don't share food, and I
Mhm.
really want to share food and they don't share. I don't hate it when someone orders the same dish that I did and doesn't order something else.
Yeah.
I don't like it when someone says they're going to share and then they like give me like a bite of what they're having, because I would say share is like 50-50. Like I want half of that, you take half of mine.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like it when oh my gosh, there are so many things that I don't like. I
Give me
don't.
one that's not food related.
Oh, not food related. A pet peeve that's not food related. When people wear shoes in the house, that
Okay.
really bothers me. I'm just like, there's so many freaking germs, and you're like tracking them in. Like,
But
ew.
that's such an Asian thing though, right?
So,
Because we
it's
grew
such.
up
Oh
with
my
it.
gosh, it's disgusting. It's just there's so many germs under your shoes, and when it's like coming in, it's like, oh my god, please
Especially
stop.
now, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Especially now, you should definitely not be wearing shoes in the house. That really, really bothers me.
Okay, so if you didn't go the foodie route, right? What would have
Yes.
been your plan B career?
I had a
Actually, on
few
that note,
things.
what's the last job you had before
My
doing all
last job
this?
that I had before, I was actually working in movies. So I was doing marketing for Paramount Pictures.
Ah,
So I went from watching like a crap load of movies to eating a crap load of food. It's not, it's not bad, but definitely I'm more into lifestyle kind
mhm,
of stuff, entertainment. For me, like a job has to be enjoyable.
mhm.
I can do a routine job at 9 to 5, and I've done that before, but and I could do it, but once you find something that really fulfills your life in terms of a career, it's really hard for me to look back. And I don't want to talk down to anyone about that, because I know sometimes a job you do it because it's a means, right, for to
Absolutely.
live. So that which is fine, but I really, for me, I need it's a need for me.
Hmm.
It's like I have to find something fulfilling, or I it's very hard for me to stay passionate. Yeah,
For sure.
I'll go crazy. So I think the last thing I wanted to do, I was studying communications at SFU.
Mhm.
So I wanted to do either marketing, advertising, or entertainment industry. So that being like, I thought it would be like so cool to be able to like work like on like the Ellen show, or like work on like movie sets, or like work with like, celebrities and stuff like that. Or I wanted to do like advertising marketing.
Hmm.
Mhm, mhm.
Which you would have been awesome at, like obviously.
Aw,
So,
that's really sweet
but
of you.
we don't have to worry about plan B because plan A went ahead, right?
Well, I'm hoping, but you can never be too sure. I mean, look at what's going on right now,
Mhm.
right? It kind of caught everybody off guard, but I think that it's more of a personality type to get through times like this.
For sure.
Like this is the time where, you need to find that inner entrepreneur, especially for someone like me, where it's like, life throws you a curveball
Mhm.
and you just got to work with it. You got to deal with the cards you were given, play off your strengths and just keep pushing forward.
Well, if we're not adapting, then literally we're just sitting around, right? And
Yeah,
complaining
exactly.
about
You have to
everything.
adapt.
So,
Adapt quick, yeah.
yeah. Okay, you're on TV already. Any plans on acting in the future?
Oh my gosh, that was really funny. I feel like last year, I think it was last year when Crazy Rich Asians came out,
Hmm.
like a lot of people were asking, like, would you ever, I don't even know why. I think it's because like Asians got a lot of attention in the entertainment industry last year with like a
Yeah.
lot of movies and stuff. And so it's something that I would totally take acting classes. I would totally look into it because the arts is a big part of me. It's
Hmm.
not that like, oh, I want to be in a movie or, oh, I think I could, it's for me, it's like, I'm so expressive already
Hmm.
and I love learning about things and I love supporting the arts. So like it's something that I've had an interest in and like I've taken drama when I was like in high school and stuff like that. But like if there was an opportunity, absolutely. Like life is short. Like, grab it by the and just like run with it and just try it out. Worst comes to worst, you suck. And then yeah.
And you would probably love like the hustle and bustle on set and like
I
the
love
new
it.
challenges of like picking up a new role and stuff, right? Like,
I love it.
yeah.
I love doing that stuff. I mean, I don't know how well I do scripted because everything that I do is unscripted,
Hmm.
but well,
But that can be an
it's a new
advantage too.
challenge. Yeah, exactly. So I'd be really curious. I would love to. It's something that I would love to. Like, I don't have it in the plans in like the foreseen future, but if the opportunity came up, absolutely.
Did you do like go through that standard Asian stage like in your early 20s where you went to
I
karaoke
am in my early
dances?
20s, Chris. What
Oh,
are you
oh yes,
talking about?
silly me. Yeah, like did you go karaoke with your friends and stuff? Like,
You know what? It's really interesting. I found my inner Asian. I know it sounds super weird. I grew up in North Delta. I grew up in Delta. I went to a school called Skagwam. So
yeah.
I grew up in the suburbs. It was very like white bread and butter. The place was called Sunshine Hills.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And so and my friends, there were not that many Asians, so I wasn't exposed to like karaoke as much until my parents started picking it up when I got into like grade 7, grade 8. Then my parents were doing karaoke, and then in grade 9, I met like all these really cool Asian people from like different schools in Vancouver. And then I was like, oh, there's like, then the bubble tea came in, like typical CBC Canadian born Chinese culture. You go bubble
Yeah.
tea, pool halls, DDR, Dance Revolution. I'm like totally throwing in like the early 2000s here.
Okay.
Karaoke, I totally dated myself. That's okay. It's not like
What,
you
what
can't
what
Google all
was
this stuff online.
what would be your go-to karaoke song then? Your safe
Um,
song.
oh, and I swear
Oh,
by the moon and the stars and yeah, that was it. Anything Backstreet Boys?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
like
was
I
my
think
safe choice too.
yeah, I think like those ones were just like so classic that we're just like, oh, and I can't believe Backstreet Boys like is a classic now. You know
And
what I mean?
and they're
Like it's
still
just
doing
like
concerts.
people like sing along, like they treat it like Ain't No Mountain High Enough, like how that's a
Yeah,
classic for us.
yeah.
They treat Backstreet Boys as a classic. I was like, wow, that's when you know like you're like not that young.
Well, it's a little different now with in terms of music though, because back then, they would call oldies oldies, right?
Yes.
Whereas now, like when you look at certain radio stations, they'll say 90s and onwards, or you know,
That's not bad.
the
90s and
2000s.
onwards. Not bad.
So it's nice that we're not remembering the oldies, right? We're just
Yeah.
remembering older songs.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Love it.
How about sports? Are you into sports at all?
Let's say people are gonna hate me for this. I'm more of a bandwagon.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for me, like I love like the like playoffs, basketball, playoffs, hockey, all that stuff. I like not all that stuff, like those two things probably. I love like watching Olympics, like when
yeah.
I like when Winter Olympics. I love watching ice skating. I love like Summer Olympics, watching gymnastics. Sport, if you consider dance a sport.
Hmm.
I grew up dancing. I love that stuff. Like swimming is fun. And like competitive. So
Yeah.
like certain things, if I'm gonna do it, like I'm really gonna put my effort into it.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm good at it, but I'll definitely, that I'll definitely try. I'll try my best.
So if I throw some terms out at you, you'll know which sport it's from?
Let's play. I doubt
Okay.
it, but we can try anyways.
All right, I'll have a few easy ones in there.
Okay.
Okay, first one, hat trick.
Hat trick?
Yeah. So you just tell me what sport it's from.
I don't know, like hat trick, basketball,
Hockey.
hockey. Oh, okay. I have no idea.
Minus one. Try.
Try, rugby,
Very good. Touchdown.
football,
Good. Inning.
baseball.
Very good. Yellow
Yes!
card.
Look how excited I get when I win. Okay, so what's the other one?
Yellow card.
Yellow card. A sport? Yellow card. Oh, just because I haven't said it yet. Soccer?
Very good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm on a roll. What's the prize?
Shuttlecock.
That sounds like a lacrosse.
Mhm.
Badminton?
Yeah. I was gonna say
Oh.
you gotta find the Asian in you for that one.
I know. Okay, that's coming.
Free throw.
Free throw. Basketball.
Yep. Net play.
Net play. Soccer.
No.
Net play? Oh, the tennis.
Yes.
Yes.
Butterfly.
Badminton.
No.
What?
It's a one-person sport.
Butterfly. Like, I know it's not. I want to say like fly fishing. But it's not butterfly. Swimming.
Yes.
Yes.
Hat volley.
Hat volley.
Yeah.
Volleyball.
I'll give you a half a mark on that one.
What was that?
Table tennis, ping pong.
Oh my God. That would have taken me a long time.
But volley works for volleyball as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And last one, Grand Slam.
Grand Slam. Grand Slam. I want to say football, but it's not.
There's a net involved in this sport. 2 players, sometimes 4 players. That's a lot of it.
Grand Slam. 2 players or sometimes 4 players. Grand Slam. Oh, wait, tennis. Wait, no, I said tennis. Didn't I say tennis already?
Yeah.
Oh, so tennis was for 2.
Yeah,
it
was kind of
not
really a trick, but
you were tricky. That was tricky.
Keep a few different sports or a couple of the same sports in there. Okay, not bad, not bad.
Hey, that was probably like what, 17 out of 20?
Well, I'd say about 8 out of 10, but we'll give you 10 for effort there.
Oh, wait. So you only asked me 10 questions. How did I come up with 20? Okay, wait. So clearly you can see that math is not my strongest subject, which is like the most like anti-Asian thing ever. But
what happened there? So we got a little bit of a history on you in terms of like how Asian you are. Are you fluent in any other languages?
I can speak Cantonese.
Fluently?
Butcher my way through Mandarin. So I can speak.
Okay. Okay, ho. Okay, my Cantonese is terrible, but I'm going to try to ask the next question in Cantonese then.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can hear your accent already. This is going to be really bad, but really good.
Oh, I got a funny story about accents after this. But
okay.
你有冇啲戲你有冇睇過多過5次㗎？
我有冇睇戲多過5次？
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
We're gonna be laughing at that shit.
This is hilarious. Okay, yeah, I have watched a movie. Wait, was that a joke, or you're asking me seriously if I watched?
That was a serious question. It was supposed to be, name a movie that you've watched more than 5 times.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Like I've watched Beauty and the Beast, Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Aladdin. I've watched. Well, you can tell all these are like kids' movies because when I was a kid, I would get obsessed and memorize every single line of the music and every single line of the song. I'd memorize the entire thing from start to finish.
I was gonna say, do you subscribe to Disney Plus?
No, I actually don't. But this is perfect example of who I was growing up. It's like all the Disney thing. I like memorize word for word. Kindergarten Cop, like Witches, like all of those movies. Like my dad was like a nice movie buff, so I kind of
Yeah.
picked up on all those movies. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so post-pandemic now, where's your first vacation destination after all this
LA,
goes back to normal?
San
LA.
Diego. San Diego, LA. I usually wrap that trip up. I do both cities.
Yeah.
It's because my baby niece, I was supposed to be there when I was supposed to be there March for the entire month of March. And this happened. So I didn't get to meet my baby niece, who is now like 7-8 weeks now. And it breaks my heart that I've never met her yet.
Yeah.
So Bertie and Boston, my nephew and my niece, are in San Diego with my sister, and I would love to just like give them a million hugs and kisses. So I'm waiting. As soon as that travel ban is lifted, it's my first trip out of here, and then I always will tie in LA with that.
Gotcha. Yeah, so we got to stay healthy right now, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure
There's no rush until it's fully cleared.
But you'll get that time for sure.
Yeah, I hope so.
Awesome. Okay, so kind of going with the post-pandemic thing, you actually have time to sit down with me live in person.
Yeah.
Where are we going to eat?
You know, surprisingly, I have my sushi craving. It might be Tetsu on Denman. Yeah, okay. It's definitely, and just because he's a little bit smaller, and I kind of want to back some of the really small guys that are maybe having a little bit of a rough time right now. Yeah.
So, okay, I'm a bit of a meat and potatoes guy when it comes to Western food.
Sure.
So what would you recommend that we go, or where we would go to?
Let's change it up. Let's say Elisa, just because you said meat and potatoes. So like steakhouse.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go there and try it, actually.
Great, Yaletown, Elisa, top table group. Hard to go wrong.
And favorite Singaporean food?
Singaporean food in Vancouver?
That's hard to find, I know.
You know, I might have to just go down that Hainanese chicken route.
Yeah.
Specifically, and say like City One, or probably like Prada Man in Richmond. Yeah. Singaporean Malaysian, like John 316, maybe.
Have you tried Singapore hawker out this way in Coquitlam?
I actually haven't. I heard about it. Is it good?
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right. I'll put that on the map.
Because, you know, obviously I grew up eating this food, so I'm very particular about the flavors and making sure that, you know, it tastes as authentic as possible, right?
Absolutely.
And, it's probably the first place I've found in the last 10 years that has the closest flavors.
Okay. Well, you tell me exactly what to order so I don't go wrong, okay?
I'll do the
order. We'll talk about that. Yeah, you do the ordering. Because if I go, I'll just do one of everything.
Yeah, we can do one of everything too. I'm perfectly
all right, down. That. That's going to happen after this.
Awesome. Anything else you want to chat about? Let everyone know.
You know, you guys all know what I'm up to right now, so totally feel free, like to hopefully I'm keeping you guys well entertained during this pandemic.
Absolutely are. And just so everyone knows as well, you're available to host or curate events as well, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a website that I just started last year. It's called mijunepak.com. I know, hard to remember.
We'll have it right here.
Yeah, there you go, right there. mijunepak.com. And then under services, that's everything that I do. So, you know, I did chocolate bars last year. I'm still working on more collaborative products that I want to release this year. COVID makes it a little bit tricky to do that, but I definitely want to do more products this year. I definitely, I host events, and there's a whole bunch of things that I offer, services that I am for hire. So if there's anything that appeals to you in there, you know, send me a message and hopefully we can work together.
Awesome. And she is a very busy lady, so book her early, book her fast.
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm so glad we were able to do this. Like, I know
I'm so glad.
I always see you at events, and it's usually a quick hi, and never get a chance to really talk to you. And like, I mean, I know your cousin as well. So and
yeah, I know. It's such a small world. You probably know all my cousins. Yeah. You probably see them more often than I do.
I just might. But I really appreciate your time, and you know, we'll make sure everyone visits and watches your live videos because they're definitely entertaining. And
thank you.
I can't wait to do this in person again.
Absolutely, and have hawker food.
Yes.
At Singaporean Hawker, we will do that.
We will.
All right, thanks, Chris. High
five.
Take care. Awesome
High five.
interview. Bye.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.